Ready? 50 seconds, come on. 20. Watch the backer. Watch the ship. Hey. 8.
Now the Georgia Southern man is Matt Breida. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40.
Well, it's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. After the interception, here's Wilson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
14, got it. Double dog.
Throwing is Wilson. Steps away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Ready? Hey! Wide, get wide. Out. Check. Ready?
On first down, here's Breida. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Newton. That's caught by Hollister. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
20.
Now Mostert. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Great. SOS. 8. Gun.
Second and 5 now. Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
8.
To throw is Newton. And that will be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
49's the mic. Watch 40. Watch the out.
On fourth down, Newton. That is caught inside the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal.
Here we go.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Throwing again is Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, first and 10.
Check 26. 12.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
That's good for a 49er first down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check. Watch 54. I'm here all day. I'm here.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Let's bring it. Hey, one set. We'll go. Check 150.
Throwing again. Newton. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
This is Mostert, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Raheem Mostert, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. That option pitch we saw, we don't witness a ton of that in the NFL, but it worked there down near the goal line for a score.
And it's actually a great call in goal line situations because as more and more quarterbacks enter the league with that mobility and having run option in college, more pro teams are adding into their arsenal. And now it's not just, does the quarterback run it? Does he pitch it? Now they've added that 3rd element. He can rise up and throw the ball as well. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Quan Alexander able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
I'll go special. Check. Watch 54.
Here's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely, he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 30. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is Breida. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Newton. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Set. 180. Check. 20. 54. You're not ready.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line. Left 80. Right there. 54 Mike.
Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Now Newton on 3rd and goal. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. This just a 24-yard attempt. The kick by Gould is good, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside to 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
I want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down. And now look at him go. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 75 yards, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
On 1st down, it's Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
8, 50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to mine.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
From the gun, here's Newton. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 28 yards.
Gun.
Mike's 57.
Here we go.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Newton now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. To the air again, Newton. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Newton now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Check Mike 54.
Newton throwing again. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Now they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Alert flare. Well.
Now Wilson to throw again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Ready? 54. Let's go one more. Express. Wide motion.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here. So it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Quan Alexander bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
20. Let's get the ball.
On first down, Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now Newton. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
54. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Steps away to his left. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Quan Alexander make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now they try the right side here. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Ready? Right there. 54 Mike. 18. Mike, 40. Let's go, defense. Let's get up.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
20. Hey, watch his flat. Watch his flat. Undercut.
There he goes, right side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Taking it in from the 20. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Here we go. 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
On 3rd down, Wilson being chased out left. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks.
52 is the mic, right here, over there, right? 52 is the mic. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Again, Wilson. Flush to his right. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Here we go. Watch that 3. Watch 54. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. 28. Check 25.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Switch.
Now it's Breida. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. There's Mostert. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Gun.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Newton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
All day, defense, all day.
14, run it.
54. Hey, 0.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Come get some. Come get some. He don't want it.
Wilson going to throw again. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Quan Alexander able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 3rd and long. It's Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Further. 14. 14.
Ricky. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 60 yards, as they are able to cut into that lead. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay,
and now here is another interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Here's Breida, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Quick to edge. Come.
20.
They run again with Breida. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw is Newton. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A big play there. 66 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, 1-play interception. So this under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Here's Wilson. It's caught. Block it. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still need it a little bit more. 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
You go tight. You got tight right there.
4th down. Here's Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah. Ty Detmer.
He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he...
Touchdown, 49ers! Matt Breida, 31 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now it's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and just like that, it's third down. Here's Wilson. He can run for it, and he will.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting here.
0.
And now here's another interception. Picked off here, the 32.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll start on the ground with Breida, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action, but other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Throwing on 2nd down, Newton. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big play ability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, he's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run with Breida. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So the victory here for San Francisco. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the